how much does a home addition cost?
Well, that varies
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
I mean, really dependent on the scope of the project,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
If you're adding on, most likely you're going to be starting at $100,000 if you're adding any space. And depending on the extent of what you're adding.
Right, because the foundation could.
Yeah, I mean, once you put on a foundation, you're adding a good amount of, you're $30,000-$40,000 just for the foundation piece.
Right, right.
Which, that's why you try to, during our design process, right? Like once we establish a budget for the job, these are factors that are taken into account, right? Like a lot of times, people think, oh, okay, I just want a family room. I need a 15 by 20 foot family room, right?
Yeah.
That's what I need. That's what I need. Let's just add it on here. Well, a lot of times, you start to look at the existing layout of the house. A lot of these houses built in the 50s, 50s, 60s, like a lot of New England is, the 20s houses.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, even the modern, the modern colonial that was built in the 90s to present time, right?
Yeah.
The layouts generally just aren't that great, right? So a lot of times you can maximize the efficiency by not just running with the initial gut reaction of, hey, we just need a 15 by 20 foot family room. It's, well, maybe we can rework some walls in here and move some things around a little bit to really optimize the space.
Right.
And that's where just the expertise of the architects that we work with or we recommend really just understand that so that, it's in our best interest to give you the most for your money.
Right.
So definitely huge variation in costs.
Yeah. It can also really depend on what you put inside of the new space.
Totally. I mean, finishes can make,
range.
Totally.
Huge range.
You can buy a gas range for $2,000 or you can buy one for $25,000. So a lot of that, considerations of, just need to take into account of what you really, we tell people from the beginning, just be real about what your hopes and dreams are, because a lot of times what does happen is people say, no, we're going to spend this amount. We're doing this job. It's $250,000 and that's all we're going to spend. And then, they really dig into shopping for appliances and some of these details, and you fall in love with that Wolf range or the the Thermador refrigerator.
Sure.
And, it's great to really just be real with yourself at the beginning of what your, sort of what your level of, what level of finish you're looking for, so that we can really design it appropriately so that you're not stressed later in the project.
Right. Exactly. Good points.
So you just give us a call and we can, again, lots of details that we can help talk you through, and we can help you think of all these little things. On the homeowner's end, the homeowner has a lot to think about during a renovation project, right? Like once you get into, say you're adding a family room, you're going to bump out the kitchen, move some walls around on the first floor. Well, now you got a kitchen, all these little details that go into the kitchen to think about, from faucets to hardware to colors to backsplash to countertops, and then you throw in the bathrooms and
mirrors and knobs.
You got a lot of little details to think about, and that a lot of people don't realize that, and people get halfway through a construction project and they think you're going to realize it eventually, right?
Yeah.
So, with good guidance, if you understand all this at first, you can just do a better job budgeting your money and getting the most bang for your buck.
Yeah.
And so we can help you with that.
Good.